Angie Horkan from the Wisconsin Beef Council is sharing 2 beef recipes that are easy to make in your air fryer. Here's Angie.
If you happen to have gotten an air fryer over the holidays, possibly as a Christmas gift, or maybe you splurged and got one for yourself, I've got one here in my kitchen, and I've got a couple beef recipes that are really, really good in it. Beef steak lends itself very nicely to the air fryer. So these recipes both use steak. I've got a skirt steak in this sesame, ginger, green beans, and beef steak, kind of a stir fry that I'm going to do in the air fryer. And then I've got top sirloin steak and some taquitos, so a nice handheld appetizer. So let's start with this steak and green bean dish. This is actually a recipe from the Texas Beef Council that they took and they created for the air fryer. And I started with 1 pound or 1 skirt steak. And I sliced it up against the grain. And then I have 1 pound of trimmed green beans. So I made a marinade and I marinated them overnight. So I've got light soy sauce, some brown sugar, garlic powder, sesame oil, rice vinegar, a little bit of vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons, and then some ginger. The recipe calls for grated ginger, but I used the jarred ginger. Then you could also use a flank steak in this recipe, or top sirloin, or for that matter, any steak would be fine in it. Just depending on what steak you purchase, that will dictate your marinade time. So like a flank and a skirt, I always marinate overnight. So I've got these marinated overnight. I divided the marinade up into the bags, put them in the fridge, and then just 12 minutes in the air fryer. And actually this X-large air fryer took less than that. It took about 8 minutes. So I have a double lined air fryer, so I've got a kind of a rack on top. That's where I put my green beans, and then on the bottom I have the skirt steak. I went ahead and I made some brown rice because I thought this would taste really good over some nice hearty brown rice. So I'll just pull out my green beans, pull out my rack, and then my skirt steak. Then you can go ahead and use some of the marinade from the green beans. Don't use the marinade that was on the raw steak. And drizzle over the top. You could serve with some shredded carrot, some more sesame seeds, or some crushed red pepper flakes. So that is our air fryer ginger sesame with green beans. Also, great recipe, taquitos. So these take a little bit more work because you need to air fry your strips of steak, and I used a top sirloin. Remove that from the air fryer, then air fry up some yellow onion, some sweet pepper, some green pepper, just like 6 minutes, pull that out, and then you're gonna roll those up into corn tortillas with some pepper jack cheese, and then put them back in the air fryer about 4 or 5 minutes just to get them nice and browned and crunchy on the outside. And then you've got these awesome, super delicious, little spicy with that pepper jack cheese in there, but taquitos you can serve with salsa, guacamole, pico, your favorite side topics. So on the website, beeftips.com, we've got more great beef air fryer recipes for you to try. So beeftips.com is that link. Check it out, click on As Seen on TV, and you'll find these recipes plus more air fryer recipes to try. And it's all brought to you by Wisconsin's beef farmers through the Beef Checkoff.
Angie, thank you. We're out of time. We'll see you at 4.